Alright, so we're back. I haven't been posting for a minute. I've been on a journey trying to redefine my strategy. And honestly, I think my problem was that I was too greedy, to be real. And I'm over here looking for a 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 2 to 1 or whatever, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 3 to 1. Honestly, just because I thought that it would save my ass. Because if you're wrong on a 1 to 1, you're only going to make it back on the next trade. Now I realize there's no Jesus Louises. Now I realize there's no room to be wrong at all, and it's just get a 1 to 1, and just get a 1 to 1, and be right so many times. But that time that you're wrong, fuck it. That you lost that, all right. But I was scared about taking 2 steps back every single time. But now I'm just like, I just gotta be right. And even now, I don't even have to be as skilled as I was working to be. Cause these 1 to 1s, bro, I'm about to go over them, but like, they were everywhere, man. Like, you don't even gotta go with the daily bias for a 1 to 1. It's like, if you you really don't want a 1 to 1 big dog, but dude, there's like 300,000 people getting 300K in payouts, getting 1 to 1, and you're still over here trying to crack the code on a 3 to 4 or a 3 to 1 or 2 to 1. Like, bro, chill your broke ass out and take a 1 to 1. Sit back and enjoy the ride, gang. All right, so this morning's trade was very simple. I was on my way out the door to go donate blood plasma. Yo, I was dead ass about to think about joining the Navy. I'm still gonna use the Navy as a way to I'm getting my tattoos removed and stuff, and I'm gonna get a discount. Hopefully I don't gotta join the Navy now though. But all right, so we got an SMT right here. See, notice how ES took out this Asia, this London, and this PM. And of course, I'm gonna explain this like I'm speaking to my bro at Walgreens, Jay. So SMT means if they're so correlated, they're supposed to do the same thing. But why didn't NasDaq take out this Asia range and this PM, but ES did? And NasDaq took out this London range too as well, but NasDaq didn't until later on. So we're talking about 9:30 opens. So 9:30 opens, I noticed that we have a divergence. Obviously, ES is a little bit more bullish. It took out these highs, but NasDaq failed to take out all those same highs. So we got an SMT right here, and I used the blue SMT lines to show a fail of sweeping a high, and I used the pink SMT lines to show the one that actually swept the liquidity. So we have 3 sessions right here that we did not sweep by 9:30 open. Excuse me. And I'm on the road in T1 now. Y'all can see I got the nice mic side up. Yes, sir. But we saw ES took out all of those, and NasDaq failed to take out those. So when 9:30 opens, we instantly get a 5-minute break of structure right here. Now, I'm just going for a 1 to 1 now. Like, that's all I really am going to go for, because it's going to work more times than trying to hold for a 2 to 1 or a 1.4 to 1 and then just getting stopped out. All right, so we're going to take a 1 to 1. Oh, wait. It's SMT, whoops. All right, let's do my breaker structure. So we have a 5-minute breaker structure right here, and it's an OTE of this range from this London session. So we're in OTE. We have a 5-minute breaker structure, and then fast as hell did it retest equilibrium. Once I get the 5-minute breaker structure, boom, retest equilibrium. So here's the break right here. Once this one closed, we broke this low, meaning that we changed direction from going up. We were going up. 5-minute breaker structure. Now we're going down. All right. Then we pull up to we have a smidge of a 5-minute breaker structure right there, but that was like 9 o'clock. This is like 9:25, and by the time this one opened at 9:30, we were already retesting equilibrium. So breaker structure, now wait for it to pull back to equilibrium. Boom, you can see that 1 minute. That I think it's the 9:30. Yeah, the 9:30 one just came up and it swept equilibrium. Once it swept equilibrium and then broke structure to the downside and continued going down, I knew that we were in it to win it right there and then. Alright, so then we swept equilibrium. Then this 1 minute candle right here closed under this low, showing that we have bearish sentiment. So then I just hit sell right there. Boom. And then I put my stop loss over the low that was made in equilibrium. I don't know how my levels are. Hopefully I don't get too loud or whatever. But this should be coming through way cleaner than my Apple headphones. And then we could have targeted New York lows right here. At the time, that was New York lows, of course. It went down, but I targeted these London lows right here. So targeting these London lows, we have an SMT. And I think that looks like a little bit less than a 1-to-1. I think I had my stop loss at constant encroachment, aka just equilibrium of this wick, because that's a big ass wick. And if we make it to 50% of that wick, I'm already knowing I'm wrong on my trade. So yeah, that right here, 1-to-1. I think I moved it right there, and I think this is the trade I really took. Boom, right there is a couple pips difference from like right here or right there. But yeah, that was the easy 1-to-1 I took. And I could have, if I wanted to leave it over this wick and I wanted to leave it for a 1-to-1 like this, it still would have played out. I kind of was just like on my way out the door already. Had to go donate blood plasma and face tattoo removal appointment today. But yeah, both of those worked. We took out those London lows. And that's an easy 1-to-1 right there. Just boom. Easy math right there. Alright. Then keep in mind. Now this, everything else I'm about to show you, I was just kind of monitoring while I was at the plasma center. Because after that I bounced. I was like, damn, I'm the man. Yo, and look at my trade balance. See all that green? See all that green? This one right here, I don't know where this came from. I don't even think I took that on purpose. But yeah, you see all that? Boom, 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 boom. Rockstar shit, yo. So then we come down here and then we take out, now we have a bullish SMT. We started this day off with a bearish SMT. But then NasDaq takes out all these session lows, and ES takes out all these session lows as well. But there is one low that's like right before the PM session right here that did not get taken out. And that when it's outside of the session time, I call that the shadow zone. So that means it's not the PM session, the Asia session, the London session, the New York session. It's just those gray areas or dark areas in between the sessions. So we have this shadow low that's like right before the PM session that did not get taken out, surprisingly. So the fact that this didn't get taken out makes me think bullish SMT. And but that same low over here, you can see we took it out. Clearly took that out. We took that out hella early. Like we took that out like last night type shit. So this is a SMT that was holding up since last night. And so once we get the SMT, that's the first indication of a reversal. It means that this ES was more bullish, this was more bearish. It had more sellers, that's why it took out more lows. This is more bullish, that's why I didn't take out that low. And it's leaving relatively equal lows. So we got this low now stacked with this low, so I'm assuming that's going to get taken out later this week, because that's a bunch of liquidity resting under there. If not, then oh well, but I'm assuming that's going to be a draw later this week. So then we got this 5-minute break of structure. And I was already, about to have the needle in my arm right here. I was trying to buy. I was actually trying to get into this move, but on the mobile phone it didn't have a buy or sell. So boom, we get this break. So at 10:45, this is officially closed over this high right here. And really the smooth move would have been pull back to equilibrium, 1 minute reverse, external range, or even this full external range. Like that's my OG move. But since this already tested equilibrium right here and it closed and it already tested equilibrium, I was like, all right, let me look for a 1 minute inverse. So I wait for it to pull back to equilibrium, pulls back into equilibrium on some smidge ridge, and then when this closes over this high, because as you can see, this candle closed under this low right here. I think this is a low, this is a swing high, and that's a swing down. So actually that's a swing high right here. So this is a swing low, and this is a swing high. So this is a swing low. So we really never officially did we. Let me see. If this closed under this, then yeah, this barely closed. So we really never flipped bearish completely. Besides right here, we flip bearish when we inverse this gap, but then we inverse this right here, meaning we're bullish. But I took it so as this is retesting equilibrium, and once this one closed over this high, boom, another buy for another 1-to-1. So then we hit the buy button. Then we just target a 1-to-1. Boom, now there's 2 solid 1-to-1s we already took. Really, I mean, hey, in the day right there, big dog. But then on a cleaner structure, alright, hits TP right here. Then this retraces back to equilibrium of this range. This is the clean pull back to equilibrium. This is cleaner 5-minute structure. So pull back to equilibrium, and then what do we do when it gets back to equilibrium? Because it's always pulling back to equilibrium. We just look for that 1 minute flip. That 1 minute flip is going to tell us to enter. So that's 2 trades already. Are all optional to take. Now we wait for this to inverse. So once this closes past this fair value gap right here, which is this candle right here, when this one closes and this one opens, that means that it's changed direction because we've inversed this fair value gap, showing that we're going for bullish order flow right now. We also have this fair value gap right here, and yes, we did close past that. Look, we closed right on the cusp of that, but inversing this one is enough for me. So once that closed past this one right here, I was like, word. Alright, so then boom, you buy again, once again, pull your stop loss. Get too many orders on the screen. Pull your stop loss under this low right here. Entering because we inverse this fair value gap right here, just for another 1-to-1. Now this is my ideal setup though. This is a clean 5-minute breaker structure after sweeping liquidity. So we've done swept liquidity already. I could really hold this one to the top of this range. But honestly, a 1-to-1, man, because like bro, like the 1-to-1's gonna work out likely over time. Just because that worked out there and then doesn't mean jack to me, you know. I don't want to be too greedy. I mean, come on now, that's already a day's worth of work. And more than a day's worth of work for some. Uber day's worth of work on a good day. But also could have held it to the top of the external range. I don't really care. The 1-to-1 is all I need. But let's just say boom, boom. You could have got it like that too. Because if I would have done this one like that, it would have worked. But I would have had to go through some withdrawal. I'd rather take that 1-to-1 and then boom, take this 1-to-1 to follow. 1-to-1's everywhere. Yo, everybody gets pizza. Everybody gets a wing. And then we have another SMT. So now we've already taken out this earlier Asia. Then we come back over here on Nasdaq, and we still have not taken out Asia, and we still have not taken out PM. We've been taken out that already this morning for ES. So now that we're having another SMT, we're back up in here. What do we get over here on Nasdaq? Now we get another 5-minute breaker structure. Now this is the one trade that I would have lost on unless I managed it very well during the time. And I don't think I would have gotten any hints that, so sometimes you just lose one. So you wait for this, so we got this 5-minute breaker structure. Boom, this closes right here. Then it pulls back into equilibrium. Boom, we're going up, bullish. And then we got to wait for this to turn around on the 1 minute. So honestly, based on how many trades that were available today that actually worked, it doesn't matter that I lost on this 1-to-1. So on this one, we buy as soon as this inverses. So once this closes past this fair value gap, boom, so that's right here. Now, this could have been a win if I had the stop loss right here, not up at the top of this wick. That could have been a win. That's 320. Nah, see, look, it would unless I had the stop loss like on the closing price right here. That's the only way I would have got a 1-to-1 on this one. I'm trying to make this shit, and I probably really would have had my stop. I probably really would have had it right here, and I probably would have been looking for this on some big dog. But no, boom, we would have took an L right there. Boom, whatever. L's happen. That's already, we've already taken 3 trades were already presented. So honestly, if you're still trading past 3 trades, that's on you anyways. But let's just say you just want to get this 1-to-1 mayhem because you're realizing that there's a 1-to-1 every like minute or so. Every 5 minutes, every 5, 10, 15 minutes, there's a 1-to-1, it seems like. So boom, we look at this. We reject off this fair value gap right here. Alright. We can subjectify that this is equilibrium of this range, right? Really, this is. But let's just use this for more context, because now we've closed over this. Then we just wait for the next 5-minute breaker structure. And the next 5-minute breaker structure we get is right here. So once we get that 5-minute breaker structure right there, we pull the equilibrium tool out again. Once again, pull that up, bring it up to here. We come into equilibrium. Boom, now we look for a 1-minute inverse. So we just won 3 trades and we just lost 1. And now we have another opportunity past that loss. So sometimes this glitches right here. Stop glitching. You gotta hit buy or something. Alright. So as soon as this closes, bullish, we can buy. We don't get it an inverse until really right here. Wait a minute. What? Is this not a move right here? I don't think there's a move right here. Because by the time that closes, it's not looking too good. I'm trying to figure out what moves right there that I thought I saw. As soon as we close over this high right here, we are bullish. See, because that's a swing high. So then we pull this from here to here. Alright, now this is the real move that I was thinking of, that I was trying to show. Alright, so boom, we close over this high. Now we're bullish on the 5 minutes. See with this one. Then we have this range from here to there. We wait for it to come back into equilibrium. Alright, we go into the 1 minute. Cancel that order. And now we wait for the reverse right here. when we get this fair value gap close past by, that shows that we are bullish again. Pay attention. That's why you just gotta pay attention, man. So this is the inverse right here. And we pull out a buy order. Boom, as soon as that closes past that, we're on some buy. Alright, put the stop loss below this low, and then target a 1-to-1, just a 1-to-1. Alright, boom, we just took 3 wins, 1 loss, and now we took another win. So now we're at 4 wins and 1 loss. And this is all like in one day. Just 1-to-1s. Boom. Alright, you got the 1-to-1. Boom. Alright, boom, another 1-to-1. Now we've successfully traded 4 1-to-1s. Like, feeling like kind of unstoppable. We got a 5-minute breaker structure bullish right now too, and looks like we already missed the move just now, but it's alright. So boom, we come up here, boom, what do we get? We get another 5-minute breaker structure. This is the one that SMT'd. Boom. Alright, how many 5-minute breaker structures do you get a day? Seems like there's enough to really run it up. You could probably pass a funded in one day, to be real. Now that you're just going for a 1-to-1, something that happens all the time, even though you be looking for these unicorn 3-to-1 setups, and then you be pissed off like a bitch because you be too greedy. Alright, so as soon as we inverse this one, boom, another 1-to-1. So hit the sell button right there, boom. Stop loss, boom. 5-minute breaker structure, pull back in the equilibrium on the 1 minute, then a 1 minute close bearish. 374 is what we're targeting. Boom. So this is now 5 trades. This is 5 trades that were only 1-to-1, and they were not much. Some of them, only one of them went past the 1-to-1. Most of these are just 1-to-1s. So you're dead ass crazy if you're looking for anything past the 1-to-1, to keep it real. So boom, that's 5 of them already. Do we get any more breaker structures? The only other move I would say that was available today was because now we're in the Asia session. This is just me viewing it live. Do we pull back to equilibrium here? No. Okay, what about over here? Got a swing high and down close candle, so this is a swing high. So as soon as this gets broken, that's a structure bullish. So this one right here closed, boom, over it. That means by 7:05 we were bullish again. And then if we would have pulled out our 50% tool, our gone box, or fib, whatever one you're using. Alright, so boom, this closes over this high, shifting sentiment to bullish. Now we wait for it to pull back to equilibrium. Boom, pulls back in the equilibrium. This one I didn't even, this one I'm just experiencing right now. And then once this inverses this fair value gap, which this is a little sketchy how it does it. See this? Boom. Does it close past it? Yes, it does. By a smidge ridge, it closes by it. Now we pull our stop loss down below this low. Boom, we put our TP right here. Boom, another 1-to-1, another successful 1-to-1. And in this inverse, it's a little sketchy because we got a volume gap right there. Once we close over that high, that's definitely a change in state. And that would have worked. It would have just meant more pay in the pocket. Boom, that would have just hit too. So 1-to-1 madness, man. Stop trying to get these 3-to-1. Stop trying to get a 2-to-1. Bro, get a 1-to-1, get a 1-to-1, get a 1-to-1, get a 1-to-1, take a loss, get a 1-to-1. High win rate with the 1-to-1. Your 3-to-1 shit is not a high win rate, gang. Let's keep it real. Your 1.4 to 1-to-1, your 1.5, your 2-to-1. Nah, shut the fuck up, man. Get a 1-to-1 and sit your ass down. Take another 1-to-1, 1-to-1, 1-to-1. Just take them all. Take a loss. Fuck it. Bro, these fools are saying they're getting 300K payouts just taking 1-to-1s. And you're over here thinking a 1-to-1 is some shrimp shit, gang. Quit playing with me. Alright, get your 1-to-1s up. Notice how that was bullish bears, bullish bears, bullish bears. Man, I'm just looking at which way is it going right there and then on the 5-minute, yo. Once it breaks structure bullish on the 5-minute, pull back to equilibrium, 1-minute inverse, boom. Once it breaks bearish on the 5-minute, pull back to equilibrium, boom. Breaks bearish, boom. 1 minute, 1-to-1, 1-to-1, 1-to-1. 5-minute break of structures, 1-minute reversals, yo. Get a 1-to-1, get your money up. Quit playing. And what you about to do, you about to go join the fucking Navy, fucking around trying to get a 3-to-1. Quit playing. Bless up.